Oh no.
Flipped it and it rolled right around and came back. Now we're definitely number one. And we got it back.
Well, hello everyone. This is a live stream coming from the Calgary Lawn Bowling Club in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where today we're broadcasting live the 2019 Bowls Alberta Mixed Pairs gold medal match today between Neil and Diane Douglas from Camrose and Keith Wiley and Jan Robinson from Edmonton, the Commonwealth Club. Hopefully this coverage is coming in okay. I'm working the camera solo here today because my partner in crime, Peter Mock, is involved in the rink beside us on rink 10, where he's going for the bronze medal with his partner, Marilyn Ballinger, playing against Roy Riggy, rhymes with Piggy, I'm told, and his partner, Catherine McGregor. So we're watching that rink as well. I'm going to do the very best I can to keep track of the scores for you on both rinks. Right now, the game between Peter and Roy got underway a few minutes earlier, and I see that the score there is 5-3, with the lead being for Roy right now. We've just begun on rink 9, the score here, first end. And we're just getting our lines all worked out here. The lead, Jan Robinson has completed her bowls. And looks like it's a bit of a measure for who's first on that rink so far. Okay, I see Evelyn McLeod is watching. Thank you, Evelyn. Nice to see you there. I guess that means the technology's working. And let me know your comments as we're going through. I'll try to read them. It's tough on the screen, but I'll try my very best. So up on the mat now is Keith Wiley, bowling his first bowl. Keith, of course, is the vice president up at the Commonwealth Club. He manages a lot of their group bookings up there. It's amazing he's got the time to be able to dedicate to the sport, given how much effort it takes to be running a club the size of Commonwealth. I can only imagine what that takes. Just a little bit of history about our club here, Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. This is our 96th season. 1923 was our first year, although we've been relocated to our new spot here in the lovely community of Spruce Cliff. And this is our 4th season here. We have the newest greens, to my knowledge, in all of Canada. They're rolling incredibly quick here today. I was doing just an informal time measure on it. I think they're running at least 14 seconds. The clouds have come in, so it'll be interesting to see how that kind of influences things, but we don't have anywhere near the wind that we've been dealing with here lately. Yesterday was quite a wind gust. We actually had a dust devil swing through the middle of our west rink. We had a few of our umbrellas actually damaged. The rink that Roy was playing on yesterday, he said when he saw that dust devil coming straight at him, he kind of tucked his head down, and when it finished up, he looked up once he got his senses, and he realized that his bowls had moved 6 feet past, and he went from being up 1 to down 2 at the time. He looked around at the other rinks. None of the other bowls on any of the rinks had been changed or adjusted. So I've never heard of that before, where the wind has been so strong. I heard that it might have been as high as 96 kilometers an hour yesterday during that little system that blew right through the club. Just coming in on rink 9 here, that was a really nice attempt there by Neil. He's just rolled through I think that red bowl is holding shot right now. That's Keith's. But today the weather condition has been a lot nicer, although the clouds have kind of rolled in. It's probably about 21 degrees right now. Keith rolling his bowl, trying to add another point here to his start. Looks like he's made a nice adjustment on the line, nice adjustment on the weight. He's trying to hold. Might just be the one. Diane's looking over the head. This is Diane and Neil Douglas from Camrose. They played a great tournament going all the way through. They told me that they really hadn't bowled all that much in the season. They came down to the club and practiced on Friday, and obviously that practice has paid off, and being the bowlers that they are, have been able to adjust to this green really, really well. And I think they spend a lot of time down in Phoenix in the off season, and Neil's made a really nice effort there. He's just fallen a little bit short. Looks like it's one point for Keith. I think Neil's got to be pretty happy having that touch and that line already in the game. I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. Jan's delivered a pretty short jack here, right? Almost perfectly to Keith's feet. There we go. We'll be able to keep an eye on both heads as we kind of watch this one play out. You can see over on rink 10 there. Marilyn has a bowl pretty darn close to the jack. Catherine's just sailed a little bit through. Back on rink 9, Jan has rolled a bowl jack high. She's got her length. That's 80% of the game is getting your weight. She's already on. Diane's rolling her first bowl. Let's come in, still rolling. Oh, she's got a nice start here. She's got her line and her weight figured out. That's maybe only about 5 inches short. That's a good start. See, Pat Bird is watching. I know Pat Bird has been hanging around our club here today, and if I see him, I'm going to invite him over to the microphone again to kind of talk to us about his win that he had at the men's singles last weekend. Very, very exciting day of bowls. Going up against John McDonald, who also played, and of course Greg Wilson got the bronze in that event. Diane's coming in a little bit wider. She's going to be a little short on this one. We're still figuring things out. Jan's rolling her third bowl after her first one was jack high, and her second one was about a meter behind the jack. Always a good place to be. Her bowl's rolling in nicely, trying to see if she can use that wind that's coming from the east now, so it's kind of blowing right into the rink. See, Pat Bird is wandering by. He's trying to avoid me. He's going to come over to the mic. He's just going to say a few words. Pat was here this weekend as an umpire. Mic's right here, and he played great. And just wanted to see if he's still remembering how well he played at the men's singles last weekend.
I'm curious to watch this match because they're on the same rink I was on for the gold medal match with John a week ago, and see how they play it. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's been amazing this last week. Everyone has been practicing on rink 9 so that they could see what it was like.
It's the TV rink.
It's the TV rink, right? So you want to see, okay, how would I play that shot?
One thing to watch for would be that so Jan's bowl that just came in there, it's jack level, about 1.5 feet high of the line, and Keith said it just hung there, and that is one characteristic of this rink is the ditch hand will hang going that way a bit. So whereas the other hand is very consistent but wide. wind's from a different direction than it was last week, though, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the handle on it.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time kind of gauging where that wind is coming. It seems like it's coming from the east now,
Yep.
but it kind of feels like it can be changing direction, so that wind is always going to be a factor. But how fast would you estimate these rinks have been rolling here, Pat? I know you didn't bowl today, but...
Dave Cox just told me they timed it at 15.
15.
I think that was before the second game.
Okay, yeah, so rolling great.
Rolling good.
Yeah,
rolling real good.
yeah. Well, thanks for dropping by,
bet.
Pat.
You
Yeah,
bet.
nice to see you again.
Sounds good.
All right, cheers. Cheers. So let's take a look at this head now. It looks like Neil is about to roll his bowl here, and I think Diane is holding shot from what I can tell. Now over in rink 10, looks like Peter, the jack has just gone into the ditch, so they've repositioned it back to the tee. Okay, and unfortunately that's going to end up with Peter giving up 4 on that end, unfortunately, with that movement. Okay, Keith Wiley's on the mat now after rolling his first bowl about 8 feet long, but good line. He's trying to come in now, see if he can better on that. This is coming in on the hand that Pat was just saying here, that it kind of hangs a little bit, so it's a little bit touchy, but he seems to be finding a nice line, just coming inside of Jan's there, just through the back. I think Diane's bowl is still holding shot. Oh, okay. So Diane's actually calling Jan's bowl on the right shot, and hers is second. Neil's going to try to play off that bowl just to the right of the jack. Let's see how he does. Bowl is down. The weight's so delicate. I don't know if he's there. It's coming in. Wow, that just kept going. Did flop. Jan's taking a close look. She thinks they're down 2. Keith is just getting his calibrations ready. He's figuring he was about a foot past last time. He's going to make just a little marginal adjustment. Bowl is down. Here it comes. Trying to see if he's got his line. It's hanging on the outside, unfortunately. Oh, a little wick off of Jan's. Pushed hers away, actually. I think it's definitely 2 now. Neil's got... Okay, Diane's saying that the bowl on the right is second shot, and it's about 4 inches in front. Neil didn't want to really kind of mess this up. I think he's feeling pretty good with it. Doesn't want to really influence things. Yeah, going by is just fine. Yeah, 2 times. 2 times for Neil and Diane. So that's going to put the score at 2-1 for the Douglas team after 2 ends. I'm going to swing the camera now over onto rink 10. Let's follow what's going on there briefly. Coming around here. Pay attention to that rink as we see what's happening in ours here. So it looks like Marilyn with her purple bowls, she's holding shot. She looks like about 1.5 feet behind. Catherine McGregor is trying to just nudge against that. Oh, she made contact, just turned it over. There we go. Marilyn's coming in with her third bowl, just a little long. She's got 2 good back bowls. Never a bad thing having back bowls. First up on the mat here on rink 9 is going to be Diane Douglas. Coming in on the backhand. Yeah, this comes in. Oh, she's made a nice shot there, coming right up to the jack. Maybe about 1.5 feet behind. Very nice start. Jan's coming in on the forehand, coming on the other side, testing all the lines, see what she can find. Ball's coming in. Looks like it's just going to slide just a little bit past Diane's. Still a great spot to be. So over on rink 10, score is reading 9-5 now for Roy's team. Now Peter is rolling in there on that rink, trying to see if he can join Marilyn in the count, and he's just slid through. I think Marilyn's still holding one. Okay, last bowl of Jan's was about 4 feet long, Keith instructs. Bowl is down, here it comes. Meanwhile, over on rink 10, Roy has just rolled a really nice bowl, and I think it just is a resting toucher over there. Jan on 9 just comes in, does the same. Beautiful bowl, a little bit of a trail, very nice. She's holding the one for sure. Diane's giving this a long look, trying to figure which hand. She's coming on the backhand again here. Looks like it's a little strong to be a back bowl. It's going through a little bit.
Should I go back or should I go into the head?
She just falls out in the
They only
ditch.
got one at the back, right? You want to put one here, Jan?
Only one.
Okay, they only got one.
Jan's coming in with her last bowl here. Bowl is down. This is going to be a good back bowl. Just a little bit of protection back there. I think the tailwind kind of came up, gave it an extra little push. She's just about a foot away from the ditch, almost dead center. Just going to swing over to rink 10s, let you know what's going on there. Looks like Roy has taken another couple. Opening up that lead now to 11-5. Let's see if I can zero in on that scoreboard over there for you. Okay, so once they update that, the score is going to be 11-5. Meanwhile, over on this rink, it's 2-1 for the Douglas team. Okay, let's get us back into the head here.
Into this one right here?
Go. Keith's about to put down his first bowl on this third end here. He's coming in on the forehand. Bowl's down, here it comes. See if he can join Jan's. Coming through, nice wick off of Diane's bowl. They're now sitting 3. Nice touch. Neil's got to try to cut this down. Yeah, Diane's confirming they're down 3 right now. He's just got to draw one in there, try to cut it down, then he can try something a little more creative. Let's see what he's got. He's coming on the backhand. He's watching this intently as it comes in. A little stronger than he'd like, I think. It's just sliding through the back. Good line on it, though. Okay. Keith stepping up now. Yeah, Jan's kind of suggesting to have something a little bit back there to kind of guard against those black bowls in the back corner, just in case we get a little bit of movement. Placing her foot where she'd like him to finish. Keith's bowl is down. Here he comes. Doesn't want to disturb Jan's bowl too much. He doesn't want to slide back. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Oh, it just slides right through. That could have been dangerous. Yeah. Neil is questioning Diane if it's actually 3, but yeah, he's got his work cut out for him here. Just got to find the weight and get into that. He's coming with the forehand this time. He's chasing this one quick. Keith still has bowl in hand. This is going to be interesting. He's getting awfully close, awfully close. Oh, and he touches the jack. Nice bowl, cuts him down to 1. Yeah, really nice shot there, Neil. Well done.
Yeah, right here. So if you want to come clean into this one.
So Keith is going to try to follow that same line on Jan's advice. And if he can make contact with that last bowl of Neil's, he'll be 3, possibly 4. Bowl's down, here it comes. Boy, that side is sure playing a lot wider. Don't think he's going to be able to find the same track. Slides through just too hard. All right. So that's one time. That's going to tie up the score 2-2 after 3. I'm going to swing us over now to rink 10. Roy's about to deliver his bowl. Let's come take a look at this head. I think he's hoping that would have a little bit more oomph to it. It's coming in a little shorter than he'd like. Hard to tell from here, but I think maybe Marilyn is holding 1 with her bowl on the left. Peter's rolling into the head now on rink 10, seeing if he can maybe add to the count. He's got a nice bowl there. He's coming right up to the jack. Just slides by. So as you heard earlier, Pat Bird mentioned that the greens are running 15 seconds today, based on the calculation by the umpire, David Cox. Then you add a little bit of crosswind that's kind of gusting, although today is a lot less than it was yesterday. We really struggled. We had 3 of our umbrellas damaged yesterday with the wind coming through. It was estimated upwards to 93 kilometers an hour yesterday. We had a couple of systems blow through. Roy Riggy's bowls on rink 11 were the heart and the center of the windstorm that blew through, and apparently his bowls blew back 6 to 8 feet before the wind came in. He was up 1, and by the time it had finished, he was down 2. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before in a game of play where the wind has been that strong, and the odd thing was that the bowls on either rink beside him on 12 and 10 didn't move. So the system came right through the center of his rink. So he decided to replay the end, and it'll be a story to talk about for quite some time to come. So back over here on rink 9, hopefully I've got us centered here. Jan's put in a nice bowl, matched very closely by Diane. It's probably a measure right now. Diane's trying to get even closer. She's got her next bowl coming in. She thinks it's a little bit strong. But you know what? Being a little bit behind the jack is never a bad thing. That finished well too. That's not bad. Okay. Okay. Jan's coming in on the forehand here. Bowl's down. Here it comes.
Yeah, I like it. You? Here it comes. Here it comes.
She's got jack high weight. Now, yeah, even roll the foot by. Nice ball. Beats it. Nice touch. You know, when the folks from Edmonton arrived here on Friday for the first match, it was challenging. We heard a lot of a lot of comments about how fast the greens were and how challenging they were, but obviously they've adjusted very, very well. And they've made this club their home, adjusting to the green speeds as well as they have in just a limited number of games. It just speaks to the caliber of the play of these players that we have in Alberta and how they can adjust from club to club and rink to rink. Looks like Jan and Keith are going to have a little bit of conference here just to kind of decide what their strategy is going to be. So after that conference with Jan, Keith is back at the mat. Looks like he's going to play the backhand and is just going to try to get it up in front. Trying to play it to Jan's foot there. He thinks it's a little bit on the tight side. And heavy, he says. As it sails back and matches Jan's at the back.
Other than that, a good ball, yeah.
Other than that, he says it was a really good ball. Okay. Neil's coming in on the forehand here. Ball is down. Let's see how he does here. He's a little bit lighter than he'd probably like. His line is really nice, but boy, that's only about 1.5 feet in front. It's so delicate.
Damn long, eh?
Yeah, that's about right. Yep.
Keith's next bowl is down. He's going to try to improve on his weight here. Seems to be kind of hanging out there. And it's heavy again.
Same thing. Consistent.
Yeah, he's pretty much throwing the same bowl as last time.
Less than a meter. Less than a meter.
Looks good again. Settle down in here.
Neil's got his last bowl here. Oh, he's got, oh sorry, second last bowl. Coming in on the forehand. He's following this closely. He's hoping to play off his own ball. Ah, it's 1 in, 1 out. No harm.
There's time left.
Keith's on his last attempt here. Got to try to find that weight. Although Jan is sitting shot right now, so it's not terrible.
Around in here.
Bowl's down. This one's going to be shorter for sure. Just hanging. Yeah. Just behind. That's going to be close. Yeah. Pretty good attempt. Nice adjustment. Certainly got the weight down. It's just about 3 or 4 inches behind the jack, I would imagine. Yeah, so Diane's just giving some encouragement to Neil. He's got a fair amount of space in there, although it's still a tricky shot to try to get into. He's been playing really, really well this weekend and hasn't played all that much, he told me, other than maybe being down south in the off season, down in Phoenix. But coming back, he was practicing on Friday. Told me he only rolled bowls for a couple of games throughout the entire season. For them to be in the gold medal match is a real tribute to his play quality. That one goes through a little bit stronger than he would like. You might remember Neil was on the men's fours team in the Canadian National Senior Triples in 2018. And This team played very well under some very challenging conditions right here at this very club. I think he's much happier playing under today's weather conditions. They're doing a measure here now on rink 9. Jan's being very meticulous, making sure she's got a couple of wedges out there, doing it like the book. Okay, it's just the one shot down.
Your back blue wasn't counting, Jan?
What's that?
Your back blue
I
wasn't
should
counting?
try and split those 4 at the back.
Okay. So just
Yeah.
just 1 point for Keith Wiley. Just going to give you a little pan down the line here, just kind of show you we got a few folks in attendance here today. Nice to see everyone.
Oh,
Weather's
you can
nice.
ride it. Give it a bump on the black. Hit it hard.
Going to swing you around. Let's give you an update on the scores on the other rinks. I'm going to zoom in so that maybe people who aren't listening to the audio, which if you're smart, you're probably avoiding listening to my voice. I'm going to zoom in here and let's see what's going on those other rinks. So over on rink 10, the score's been updated to be 11-6 for Roy Riggy's team. And meanwhile, over here on rink 9, it's 3-2 for Keith Wiley. Okay, so let's come back and let's zoom into the head here.
Waving.
Okay. Diane's bowl comes in. The weight's pretty good. Just needs a little more grass next time. Jan's was a little bit short. Maybe about 5 feet short, Keith estimates. Jan's second bowl comes in even shorter than the first one. Okay. Diane's going to make that adjustment on her grass. She's coming in hopefully a little bit wider. It seems to be kind of finding a similar track. Yeah, kind of finishes pretty similar to where she was.
No, that's 5, that's 7.
So Keith is just commenting that Jan's first bowl is 5 feet short, second one 7 feet. She'll adjust. Definitely not short this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Off it goes. Just that little adjustment and just runs away from you sometimes. Okay, Diane with her final bowl. She's probably sitting 2 right now. Well, there's lots of room in the head. This looks like a good adjustment on the weight if she holds her line. Yeah. Oh, nice finish. Good pull. Jack high, about a foot to the left.
Okay.
Holding potentially 3 on her bowls.
So I think I got some. Because I don't want to clear left.
So Keith is just discussing with Jan that he thinks he's got to be coming in on the left-hand side here. He wants to try to join those bowls in the back. Doesn't want to trail the jack back to where Diane's bowls are. That's a smart call. Over on rink 10, the score right now reads 11-6 for Roy. Catherine's just laid a nice bowl in there. probably for shot for Catherine. Keith's coming in. Oh, he's made a nice first effort. That's cut it down to 1. Yeah, it just slid just through the head on that one.
Run out of energy if you keep running. Right? Yeah, he will.
Neil's just letting that traffic kind of move through before he drops his next bowl. Here he goes. He's back on the mat. Here comes Neil's first bowl. He's watching it intently. He's got good lines. Just going to slide through and join Diane's kind of in the back there. It's probably about 10 feet past. Wind feels like it's kind of changing direction. I think it's a little bit of a tailwind for them now. So it's just, again, having to make another adjustment. Keith's got a nice bowl coming in here. Nice adjustment, both on the line and the weight. Just flops down. He's shot now, probably about 6 inches in front of the jack. Nice adjustment.
He's a foot and a half in front of the jack.
Yeah, Diane thinks it's about 1.5 feet actually in front of the jack. Neil's coming on with a little bit of weight here. Let's see what he's got. It's narrow. It's trying to hold its line. Oh, yeah, it makes contact. Yeah, that might be enough to kind of push Keith back. Jan's taking a look to see who shot. Yeah, it's a measure, and she favors Diane's. Keith is thinking forehand, coming in. Yeah, trying to do a draw into the jack, or if it comes in a little bit narrow, can make contact with that last bowl. This is Keith's last shot at it. Bowl is down, here it comes. Coming in, interesting line. Oh, a little narrow. Oh, just missed. Length was perfect. It was a good try. Okay.
The jack is moved over by a foot, and this one's almost right on the line.
Neil's got his last bowl coming in here. He's targeting that one bowl just behind the jack of Keith's. If he can make contact with that, he's got 2. It's got some good weight coming in. Does he have the line? Looks like it's going to slide inside. Oh, touches the jack. That was okay. Yeah. So it's one time. One time. So after 5 ends, we're all tied up 3-3. Go talk to him. Diane wasn't really all that pleased with the delivery on that one, but you know, it is almost jack high. It's a little shorter than she would have liked, but she'll adjust well on the next one.
What a great bowl, Jan.
Oh, Jan's just put a great bowl on. Nice toucher there.
Your side there, jack level. You come this way if you want. Alright. Yeah, how do we do that, Dan? Let's wait for the line. The marker.
Okay, Diane's got her first bowl coming in on the forehand here. Just a little bit long, and that wind was kind of changing direction too as she was delivering that. Jan's delivering her second bowl in. Oh, another nice ball. Look at that. Beautiful. That's world class. That's world class. Well done. Neil's calling for some strength here. He wants to see the split. Diane's bowl's delivered. She's got some good weight coming in here. She got the line. She thinks she's close, but makes contact with one. Takes one out. That's good. Cuts it down.
You're 18 inches.
Jan's third and last bowl here for the end. Let's see if she can match it up with the first two she's done so far. It's following a similar track. A little stronger, but boy, what a great line. Look at that. Good finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's international level when you can put three bowls in like that and that kind of tech. She's got a big smile on her face. I think she likes those. She's happy with that.
It's so true. Yeah.
Neil's bowl is down. Coming in. Just gonna slide through. Needs a little more grass. A little heavy. Puts a lot of pressure on you when the player before you just put three basically on the jack. Diane did a nice job to remove the one. Jan's bowls are still counting two. Keith is trying to add to it. Let's see what he's got in mind here. It's coming in on the backhand. Seems to be kind of hanging out there. There's something on that line that his bowls just don't feel until the very end. He's jack high, came in nicely. Yeah. He adjusted that really well. Neil's delivering his bowl. He's just giving it another thought. He's down three right now. Pressure's on. Here he comes. Bowl's delivered. He's watching this close. Coming in a little bit shy. He's got one more try at it.
I can come that way again.
Jan's just trying to show Keith that if the jack does trail, it's going to come back to her feet. Trying to help Keith visualize.
Exactly.
See what he's got in mind here. Bowls down.
Yep.
It's hanging out there, trying to make its cut in. He's going to be a little bit short in front. Just crosses the center line. Probably 3 feet short. So Diane's confirming that they're down 3 right now. She's trying to encourage him to just add about another 4 feet worth of weight. He's stepping off the mat here. He wants to take another close look at this to see if he's got this right. And bowl is down. He's coming in. He's definitely got more weight this time. Has he got the line? It's trying to work. Oh, he makes contact with the jack. Unfortunately, Jan's bowl, which is right behind, stopped it. That was a nice attempt. Nice attempt.
Yeah. You want to just look where you can just draw, or you're good? You can just draw up to any of these here, and you're in. Now, holding 3.
Close, right?
Huh?
Reasonably close twice.
Yep.
Keith's just chatting with Jan that it's just a straight draw in for maybe 4. Bowls down, coming in on the backhand once again. Might be a little heavy.
You might be okay.
It's trying to come in. Oh, it's going to finish well. Beats the back bowl. Nicely done. That's in the count. 1, 2, 3. Going for a measure for 4.
That's a tough shot you made, Neil. Any little piece of the track moving a little wee bit. Yeah.
So it's 3 right now, going for a measure for 4. It's 4. That's going to make the score now 7-3 after 6 ends for Keith Wiley and Jan Robinson.
Good. Come on down. Easy. Okay, great pass. Got the tee.
If you've noticed that the camera work is a little bit less than skilled today, it's because I'm missing my partner in crime, Peter Mock, who's over there on rink 10 playing for bronze. Trying my best here to manage the commentary and the camera at the same time. I'm going to zero in on that score for you on the other rink so you can kind of see what's happening over there too.
Nice try.
So over there on rink 10, it's 13-6. That may not be updated from the last end, as they're still showing 8 ends being played. And back here, over on rink 9, it's 7-3. First couple of bowls have been delivered on rink 9 here.
6.5 feet, Jan. I think your line was good.
What? 6 through?
Jan's first bowl was about 6 feet through. See how she adjusts. Coming on the backhand this time. See how it works? Looks like it's going to sail a little bit again and kind of join that back bowl. You know, having two bowls back there in a similar position can always be something a skip can build on, so nothing wrong with that at all. Diane's bowl coming in. Looks like she's got some pretty good weight here. Come on now. Coming back to the center line. That shot clearly, probably about a foot. Nice bowl. Keith calling for Jan to come in on the forehand. Right to the jack. She did it almost 3 times in a row last end. See how she adjusts. Found the hole, comes through, makes contact. Wow, what a brilliant, brilliant shot. What was my comment just moments ago? Having two bowls back there as catchers is always a good thing, right? Great bowl. Diane's got to adjust to this now. Bowls down, let's see how she gets to it. Oh, she's coming in beautifully. Does she have the horses? What a great adjustment. Nice bowl. Interesting to see what the how short she is there. She's might be about a foot short of the jack. Keith is really congratulating both Jan and Diane for their great bowls. That's some pretty amazing play out there after so many games on the weekend. Keith is trying to get some encouragement from Jan to play a little bit of weight coming in on the forehand here. Okay. Bowl is down. He's certainly coming in with energy. Is he going to find the hole? He does. Oh, slips right through. Neil's coming in on the backhand. Bowls down. He's watching the line very closely. He thinks he's a little heavy. Just swings by. Diane says the line is perfect, just a little strong. There are 3 catchers back there to land into, so it's
Yes, exactly. Give it another go.
Keith is going to try the same attempt. And it looks like they've ended the game on rink 10 there. The last score posted is 13-6. So it looks like Roy and Catherine McGregor, Roy Riggy, and Catherine McGregor have captured the bronze. Peter and Marilyn had a great weekend. They played very, very well. This is Marilyn's very, very first provincial playdown she's ever been in. So congratulations to Marilyn for her great play this weekend. Congratulations to Catherine and Roy Riggy as well. Neil's last bowl, or his second bowl coming through here. He's watching it closely. Going to help. Oh, very nice. That worked very nicely. That is very likely edge Diane into shot.
Yeah, you can come either hand now, yeah.
Keith's evaluating whether he should change hands now. Yeah, he's going to come in on the backhand now. There's lots of bowls there to try to land into. Bowl is down, here it comes.
Come on.
Just short. Going to slide through, right idea, just a couple feet short, that's all.
I believe so. Yep.
Diana's favoring them for holding 2.
Well, I don't want that jack going back. If anything, you're going wide.
She's actually encouraging him to come down and take a look at the head, but he thinks he feels pretty comfortable with it. She just doesn't want that jack to be trailed back, so she's encouraging him to play into his bowl that's just behind the jack on the left.
You're wide.
He's certainly got enough grasp for it. Does he have the weight? Is he coming right into it? Easy. Ooh, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. Because if that jack would have trailed back, it would have been 1 or 2 going the other way. So Jan's given 1 for sure. Looks like we're going to do a measure for 2. Very good end. Two times. That'll bring our score now to 7-5 after 7 ends. And that scores in favor of Keith Wiley and Jen Robinson. There's been some excellent bowls here. You know, you watch the caliber of these players, and it's really encouraging for us newer bowlers who have just started the game to know that, you know, if we stick with it and keep practicing, we can get to these levels as well. It's fun to watch, and these players have been playing for a few years and many more years to come. So we're heading off to the 8th end here. This is a slightly shorter jack now. Let's see how Diane adjusts to the shorter jack here that she's thrown. Ball's coming in a little bit light, but great line.
On the room, Jan. Work your magic again.
Jan's first ball coming in. She's got a nice line. It's going to start to cut. It's holding its line. Only about a foot behind the jack. 2 feet behind. Neil's just encouraging Diane just got to beat that ball, come up and rest against it. She thinks she's a little bit heavy, but if she's got the line, can push it out, it's going to slide through. Keith's estimating it to be about 3 feet. The Jan's ball is behind the jack. Her next ball's down.
Yeah, nice, great adjustment, Jan.
Keith likes the adjustment. Coming in. Almost right on. Maybe about 6 inches in front. Diane's third and final bowl here for the end. She's giving it an extra look. The ball is down, here it comes. Just coming in a little bit short. Mine was really, really good. Jan's last bowl being delivered here. Let's see if she can join in the count. I think she's holding 2 right now. Looking to add to it, making it 3. Weight's pretty good. It's a nice bowl. Widen the target ever so slightly. It's going to give something for Neil to work on. The previous 2 bowls were just like right in line with the jack, so the target was pretty small. That's going to give him something to wick off of. I don't think I mentioned at the onset of this that the winners of this match here today are going to be qualified to go to the Canadian Mixed Pairs Championships, September 13th to 17th at the Nutana Lawn Bowling Club in Saskatoon. I haven't been to that club before. I was in Regina last year, but love traveling through and playing all the different clubs that we have here in Canada. Would love to get out to the Maritimes sometime as well, but I'll be lucky enough to go to Burlington playing on the Alberta men's fours team as lead. Neil took a pretty good run at that. He'll make the adjustment for the next one.
You know what I'd like? Yeah, just come on to this wing goal and take that. Just come up onto it. And then
Yeah, Jan's actually encouraging Keith to play up on the wing bowl, as she called it, over on the right. Try to take it out of the way because it is a bit of an anchor out there. Neil's definitely going to want to play off that, so let's see what Keith can do to improve on it. This bowl is down, here it comes. Good communication between Jan and Keith, you know, like they think a lot alike and they work well together. It's always good having that extra pair of set of eyes there. Oh, he almost walked it right in, and I think he did. Yeah, he's now shot. Great bowl. You play the odds. You take the side that gives you the best opportunities, and that didn't quite play off of Jan's, but ended up even better. Neil's coming in with a little bit of weight on this one. He's following it in. He's hoping for good things. He's trying to encourage it. He's watching it close. Oh, takes out the 1. Takes out the 1. So I think he's still down 3.
you can come in either way. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Keith's figuring that Neil is probably going to try that same shot again, so he's thinking he might put something a little bit behind the jack. He's going to go to the backhand. This ball is down. It's working well. Still getting there. Right to Jan's foot where it was. Good spot. Smart play. Neil's bowl is down, coming in on the backhand here. He's encouraging it. He's hoping it's going to do what he wants. Might be a little strong. Yeah, just a little too heavy. Slides through. So Keith's got last bowl here. They're holding 3 for sure.
Be a measure for 4.
And a measure for 4, just a straight draw. He's got lots of room there. Could be a draw for 4, maybe 5. This bowl is down, it's on its way. It's got a pretty big target to be able to draw into. It's kind of hanging out. Yeah, it's just not coming in for him. And he's too heavy. 1, 2, 3 for sure, measuring for 4. So coming over to the microphone is Peter Mock. Peter Mock, after playing in the bronze medal game. Peter, congratulations.
Yeah, we lost. That green is really hard. It's even harder than yesterday when I dropped the ball. The soil is sunk boom, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, that tells you that it's very difficult to handle. That's for sure.
Well, you know, Peter, you had a good weekend, and this was Marilyn Ballinger's
Yeah,
very first provincial.
I must say she was a bit nervous to start, and she's doing pretty good. I hope that she's coming back to a more provincial game, but
Well, you know,
well,
working with a good skip like you, you're very encouraging to the newer bowlers, especially those who are new to the provincials. And
I wish we could do better.
well, you know
For
what,
sure.
Peter, you had a great weekend and a great play, and you know it's always fun to be bowling with you, and you know you're a class competitor, and can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. You know, for us newer players, myself in particular, I think you were the very first one to pick me up on a team to
Oh.
give me a chance to play in the provincials, and that means a lot. So I appreciate that
Wow,
very
thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah. Well, it's
Thanks, mate.
great to learn from you, Peter. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so Jan's just delivered the jack here. It's kind of coming around. Sorry for moving the camera a little quick on everybody there. Back into this kind of familiar length that Jan has liked so well here this game. So they've updated the score here after 8 ends. It's 11-5 for Keith and Jan. And that's after 8 ends. We're on to the 9th end here. Jan delivers her first bowl. Just sliding a little bit past, maybe about 6 or 7 feet past. She'll figure it out. She'll make a nice adjustment. Diane's first bowl is down. She's coming in on the backhand as well. This is going past a little bit. The wind is kind of changing directions. It's kind of a tailwind once again, so they'll have to just factor that in. Jan delivers her second bowl. Let's see how she adjusts. Gonna pass a little bit again, maybe even a little bit longer than the first one.
No, you can find the lines okay.
Diane's next bowl coming in. The grass may be kind of changing its position right now. They've, you know, for the bowlers have been so close to the jack, for it to be sailing past, things are changing on them a little bit. Jan's third bowl here. Let's see. See if she figures it out on this one. Yeah, she's done a nice job. It's trying to work its way back to the center line. There it goes. Yeah, she's about 2.5 feet behind. Diane's next bowl is down. It's following the same line. It's working its way back here now. It's working its way back. That'll be shot. Nicely done. Good ball. Interesting how each of them kind of caterpillared their way from being quite a bit behind the jack to almost being right on it. There's those very interesting little adjustments that it takes that through years of experience you're able to make those 2 feet adjustments to get yourself where you need to. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that today it's my anniversary with my wife. This is our 29th anniversary. I don't think my son quite understood when I said we were going clubbing this afternoon. I think he had something else in mind that we might be doing rather than coming to our lawn bowling club. But happy anniversary to my lovely wife Kim, and thanks for being here with me today. I promise to make it up to you later on with a nice dinner, that is. All right, Keith's first bowl here joins Jan, just about 2.5 feet past. Neil's going to see if he can earn another point back here. Neil's coming in on the backhand. It's got a pretty narrow line here. It's all going to be on the weight. He's trying to turn in. He's going to join Diane. Very nice. Just a little bit behind hers. Yeah. Didn't widen the target at all. It's a nice bowl. They're sitting 2. Keith's debating which hand to play. Just confirming that he's 2 down. He's thinking about how he might be able to move those. He's going to come into them trying on the forehand. Just a straight draw. You tell me. You tell me, I think it is. Keith's bowl's come in just a little bit past. Sailed it through a little bit. We've got quite a caterpillar forming here. Hey, Neil's coming in on the backhand, it looks like again. Give it another second close look, just trying to evaluate it. This ball's down, coming in. I'd like to try to join that count without making the target any bigger. Oh, he's done it very well. Very nice touch. That's a pretty, yeah, Jan's just encouraging Keith to kind of just rest and land in those. That target's gotten a little bit bigger. So he's going to change hands now. He's going to go to the backhand to bring it on in. Bowl's down, here it comes. He's got some pretty good weight. If he holds his line, he's going to do what he wants. It's resting in beautifully. Oh, it splits the gap. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's what he wanted. There was just a little bit more room than he anticipated, and it just kind of slid through the gap. So Neil, Diane wants him to come take a look, and Neil hustles down. So they're discussing and just kind of emphasizing to him that there's a fair amount of room to be able to land it in there. So should be 2, measure for 3. Chance to make it 3 with a measure for 4. Ball's down, he's coming in. He's going to try to join it. He's got the weight for sure. Does he have the line though? Is he? Oh, he's just going to slide through. That's okay. Yeah. That's it. 1 for sure and a measure for 2. 1. Going to measure for 2. So players around these parts are getting ready for next weekend's event. It's the Specialty Turf Invitational event that goes on here at Calgary Lawn next weekend, and I think it's about 24 teams are going to be competing here, triples teams, and we get players from all over the province. We get players from BC, Saskatchewan, sometimes Manitoba. Just a great event to be a part of. And if you talk to Ken Olsvik, who's our lead on our greens here. He's saying that he's been working on the greens all summer to prepare for that event, and these just happen to coincide just in front. So he'll be excited to be the host of that event. Next week we'll have a great time. Music will be playing, some great barbecue, and just a real nice give back by Ken and his wife Barbara for all the support that they receive from everybody for the work that they do. Okay, so Jan does a measure, and Neil is going to measure it himself. She thinks it's just the one. He's going to measure himself.
Doesn't matter. Call an umpire.
Neil's getting down there to check it for himself. And if he thinks he favors himself, then they'll be calling in the umpire. He's satisfied it's just the one. So that brings the score now after 9 ends, 11-6 for Keith Wiley and Jan Robinson. So coming over to the microphone is the Executive Director of Bowls Alberta, Pat Voss. Pat Voss is involved in planning and getting us all set for the Nationals, but at the same time there's all sorts of things going on with Bowls Alberta. And Pat, what's going on with Bowls Alberta today? What are some of the initiatives that you're interested in, and where do you see our association going?
So I think some of the exciting things this year are club development projects that we have going on. So in a couple of weeks we have Terry Scott, a fellow from New Zealand that coaches our Canadian team, that's coming down, and he's going to be leading some sessions not only for players and coaches but also for club management, and that'll be here actually at Calgary Lawn on, I think it's August 13th, that Tuesday. And that's exciting. But we're also looking very closely at some of the club development workshops that Bowls Alberta has put together to see if we can't bring them in here to Alberta and have them service some of our clubs. And some of the things I think that workshop will help with will be some of the strategic plans, some government issues, but more importantly maybe at this time is some of the safe sport policies that we have to renew. That's something big right now that first of all the National Association, and then going down to the provincial associations, and eventually to the clubs that have to adhere to all these new policies that are in the works. And so good policies, just a whole lot of work that they could mean for clubs. And so very thankful for Bowls Canada's leadership in ensuring that they lead the way and provide good templates for those policies.
And I'm sure those are all policies that all the other sports organizations across Canada are having to deal with, aren't they? It's not just our sport, but it's just the new world we live in, isn't it?
It is very much so. And we have good help from Sports Lawn Strategy as well. They help all the sports develop policies that are going to be able to test the times and issues, and they give a lot of great support. Appreciative of that too.
Well, it's great that Bowls Canada is taking the lead in that, and hopefully all of the provincial associations can kind of follow suit so we have a consistent program. It's probably a lot more cost effective and quicker to get something in place if we do this nationally and do it together, right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
That's great.
And I think is pretty much the model that most of the national sports associations are following too, giving a lot of assistance to their PSOs and then their clubs. So.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. Well, Jan, or Pat, how many years have now you been as the executive director here for Bowls Alberta?
I was thinking that the other day. I think it's 8 or 9.
Wow.
Not quite certain. So yeah.
Well, you have personally helped, countless hundreds of us bowlers here in the province with the competitions that we've done, and giving us some advice and how to advance our games and just keep the association going the way it is. And thank you so much for all the work that you do. And I know some days it's very frustrating. You have we presidents who sometimes bring things to your attention. Sometimes they're challenging, but you're always a steady factor and a steady force for us, and we can't thank you enough for the effort you put in.
appreciate that very much, Mike. But
Thanks.
I do have to put a shout out then to all those people that served on the board of Bowls Alberta
Of
over the
course.
years, because some
Yeah.
of them have been marvelously instrumental. And I shouldn't even say board members. There's been some committee members, and I can just mention Dave Cox that has carried us forward in some real good formats and structures and policies for all of what we do, and that's been tremendous over the years. So I've been fortunate to work with a lot of really good visionary, hard-working board members. And with that, I'll put a shout out there. We're looking for board members, particularly from Edmonton, if there's anybody from Edmonton listening. We've got some good ones that are stepping up from here in Calgary.
Yep.
And we're hoping that we can keep that momentum going, get some Edmonton people too. So
Well, indeed. Well, it's always, you know, it's a challenge because each individual club is trying to, you know, accomplish its strategic plans, and you know, we'd all love to be able to put in time with everything, but there's only, it's tough to find those people, and it's great that you're reaching out throughout the province and getting some top caliber people to be part of it, and you know, you're steering the direction for the sport for the next decades to come, and you know, we need all the help we can. So, you know, and it is all the committee work and all the volunteers that reach out, and you know, down to today's event, we should thank you know, Heather Mackey, who was our draw master today, and for the weekend, and right to our umpires. You mentioned Dave Cox and Pat Bird and Jen McDonald as well.
and George Hamilton.
And
was here
George
the other night.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know, the timing that goes in to get trained to do that as well. And
And then your kitchen staff here. I mean, they provided 2 marvelous meals 2 days in a row, and
indeed.
and those, you know, they don't come here and just hang out all day and provide the meals, but they
Yeah.
baked already ahead of time at home and made us, you know, fresh homemade desserts each day. It's been wonderful.
Done a great job. It's amazing how many people go into hosting these. But I gotta say, a provincial event is from a club's perspective, is a nice commitment to make. You know, it's when we compete at the national level and hosting the national championships, as we learned in the seniors last year, it was a lot of work.
It is, isn't
just
it?
oh, so many volunteers go into it for such a long time.
Yep, you count on them for
Well,
sure.
indeed. Well, thanks for all your service, Pat, and thank you for jumping in, Mike here, just on short notice
thank
like
you.
that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Mike.
I want to jump back into the game here and kind of see
Absolutely,
you.
because it's got some great, it's a great head up.
I've got to catch up and see
Yeah.
where we stand here. All right. So Neil is throwing his last bowl here, and it looks like it's a measure for who's first there. Hard to tell. Got Keith's bowl behind, and looks like his bowl is coming in.
Hard here.
Yeah, it's coming in a tad bit heavy.
Turning where they weeds.
Yeah. All right, he was trying to do a little bit of yard on, just got a little bit away from him. Right now, Jan thinks they're holding one. Just wants Keith to drop in another one. Draw in for 2. His bowl is down. Here he comes. You know, bowlers who can consistently take these points when they're handed to them, when they have these opportunities, are the ones that are able to compete at this level. And look at the one that Keith has just put in there. Nice bowl, slides through. Jan thinks it's 2. Diane's just going to confirm it. They're fighting for every bowl here because this game is close. We're going to the measure. They're measuring, calling for 1. Well, we have a little controversy here as to who actually took shot. Uh-oh. Umpire starting to walk in. getting into a bit of a discussion here. Jan's insisting it's 1 for her team. Diane's demonstrating she thought the bowl was there. There's a discussion going on here, and unfortunately that bowl was moved, so it makes it very difficult. Yeah. This is kind of a lesson to everyone. Just make sure that before you walk away from the head, you don't disrupt it. Boy, I sure hope we don't have to get into the video replay on this one. And right now the score after his reading is 13-6 for Keith and Jan. They're still discussing and debating. I'm not sure what they're going to remeasure because the opposing bowl has been moved, so I'm not quite sure what the point of this measurement is to be. It becomes a very sticky situation when a bowl has been moved out of the head. It's a good learning experience for everybody. I think the umpire has ruled in favor of Jan and Keith on that. I think it's going to be 1 for them. All right, well, let's get back to the game of bowls. Here we go. Scores being updated. Jan delivers the jack. All right. Just going to zero in on the scoreboard here for you, just kind of show you the score. Sitting at 12-6 after 10 ends. Jan's played her first bowl. It's a few feet behind the jack. Diane's bowl comes in on line, yeah, about 8 feet short.
5 back, Jan.
Jan's second bowl coming in, Just running out of horses.
It's slowing down now.
Neil's just kind of reminding Diane that the greens are just starting to slow down a little bit now. We're under a little bit heavier cloud cover now, so that might be influencing it. Puts her next ball a little bit through. She's still got great line on it. Jan's next bowl coming in. Is she on the jack? Oh, it just slides through a little bit long again. Diane's asking Neil just to stand jack high for her. She can see the length. Just following this one down. That one's going to come in short again. You know, sometimes you get caught up in these little issues mid-game. It can throw you off. Takes you an end to kind of just collect your thoughts again and get back into it. I'm sure Diane will do that. As will Jan. Keith is stepping up on the mat here for his first bowl. Down it goes. There's a fair amount of room in this head to get in. It's really just who can figure out the weight as this is changing. Keith's bowl is a little bit long as well.
And a lot of them have pictures of cats, or the outline of a cat.
Neil makes it back to the mat. Diane was trying to get him to think about coming in the backhand. Let's see, he's given this some thought. He's going to go to the forehand. Looks to me like he'd probably have a better line to the jack coming this way too. Ball's down, here it comes. Let's see if he's got the weight figured out. A little bit strong as well, just misses the jack, makes contact against Jan's. So that's now shot, according to Jan.
Still about 4 feet behind.
And it's about 4 feet behind the jack.
That was 5.
Yeah, 4.5.
See if Keith can adjust his weight on the next one here. He's pretty happy with it. He likes it.
Yeah. 3 full feet.
Coming in nice. Yeah, that now becomes shot. 3 feet behind. And second bowl comes in here. Chasing it down quickly. Looking pretty good. Yeah. That'll be shot. Yeah. That's about 1.5 feet short.
Favoring theirs.
Well, it might be a little bit further than that because Jan thinks it's close, but gives them slight favor. Just encourages Keith to draw.
Your last one? 2 feet.
Okay, so like that room.
Yeah, oh yes, lots of room.
Keith bowls down. Here he comes. coming in on the forehand. He's not thrilled with it. Lights are just a little long again. So Neil thinks he just plays the same shot, just a little wider. Just give it a bit more grass. Draw in, gets in there, it'll be for 2. He's following this down. Might be a little strong. Oh, it's kind of coasting through. Yeah. Jan's having a chuckle. She thought Keith had one more bowl. I thought I made the mistake, but no, it was her. Going for a measure here, and they're going to watch this measure very closely this time, I am sure. We want no controversy on this measure. Okay. Yeah, it's announced that it's 1 for Neil and Diane. That'll bring the score up to 12-7 after 11 ends. Again, my great apologies for the rough work on the camera here. Peter Mock, who's normally on the camera with me today, was playing in the bronze game. His team came up just a little bit short on it, but he had a great weekend nevertheless. Playing along with Marilyn Ballinger, who was her first provincial event, and she performed very well. I can tell you every night when I play Cutthroat on Thursday nights against her, she is one of our strongest competitors this year, so it was high time for her to give a try into the provincials, and she did very, very well. She should be very proud of her play.
37 inches in front of the jack.
Jan puts her first bowl down. It's just going to drift a little long, and the line's really good. Good 7 feet behind.
Couple feet short. Right about 4.
Diane's put her second bowl down. She was just a couple of feet short on her first one. Let's see if she can kind of inch it in there a little bit more. That's coming in nice. Yeah, good 6 foot improvement on it.
Okay. The long one's 2 feet, so we got lots of room. The line was good.
Jan's put her second bowl down.
The line, if the weight's there.
Keith likes the line coming in. He's getting his chalk ready. It's just gonna miss. It's a nice bowl. Nice bowl. Jack high.
Nothing short.
Neil wants to make sure that Diane's got the length on this next bowl. He wants to see something at least at the jack or a little bit behind. She comes. Just kind of following a similar line as her last bowls. Kind of going to join that. It was actually jack high, just swung a little bit more at the end than she thought. Jan's got her last bowl coming here. Down it goes. just still, yeah, nice ball. Counting one for sure. Measure for two. Jan's got a good smile on her face. I think she's pretty happy with how she's adjusted to these greens here this weekend. Sets a good tone for her for the rest of the season. And always such a strong competitor wherever she plays. Okay, Neil's coming in with his first bowl here. He's tracking the line, focused on it. Yeah, it's a good ball. It's a good ball. Well, definitely hold second and third. So Neil's bowl finished about 2.5 feet behind the jack. Jan estimates. See how Keith can improve. See if he can come up to that one. Length's pretty good. Yeah, it's a good spot. Hard to tell from here if he's in the count or not. Diane's taking a close look. So Diane thinks that last one might be third. Neil's going to come in on the backhand and try to promote one of Diane's front bowls here. Bowl's down. He's watching it almost from grass level. He's watching that line close. Oh, just finds the one and only gap going through there. Oops.
Hey, holding the one. This is the second shot over here. But you had great line. Yeah, yeah. Keep coming. If you roll yours over
So they're holding one.
Yep, this is perfect.
Keith's thinking that's a little bit narrow to his liking.
End up in a good spot, though.
Still going to end up reasonably good for him.
Great.
Never bad behind the jack like that. His line was okay. Neil's coming down just to take a look at the head here. Hello, Amanda Bird. Nice to see you online. Francis, nice to see you online as well. Ernie Mead, nice to see you watching. Thanks for joining us. Charlie Taylor, great to see you there. Nice, thanks for the comments. Appreciate you guys supporting us with what we're doing here. George Hamilton, nice to see you online too. Sharon Brunel, Claire Day, Evelyn McLeod. Claire, the speed today on the greens were measured by David Cox at 15 seconds today. They're slowing down just a little bit. Hey Kevin Childs, nice to see you online. You're my beverage running buddy. I missed you today. All right, Neil coming in with his next shot. Punches out one of Keith's. Okay, Keith's got final bowl here, sitting one.
Holding the one. Your last one was back here, Keith. Yeah. Yeah. The line is pretty good, though. Wait, that's about 4 feet back.
Keith's last bowl is about 4 feet back. Has good potential coming in here.
Keep going. Keep going.
One time for Keith. Hey, no worries, Kevin. You know what? I probably owe you more beer than you can imagine. You know, all the work that you guys do. You know, you, Jackson, Albert, Kenny, the work that you guys do on our greens here make us the best club in Canada for the quality of what we have. And Kevin, I probably owe you a dozen beer for all the work you've done and all the things you help us out with here. All right. So 1 point's going to make that 13-7 now. As we head now into our next end, we'll see if they update the scoreboard just to make sure. Again, sorry for the shoddy camera work here today. Trying to do a couple of things at once. I was chatting with Pat Boss earlier today, and Bulls Alberta, I think, is pretty pleased with the ability for us to try to broadcast some of these, and we're going to see if we can improve on our technology going forward. So you may see some surprising things either before the end of the season or hopefully into next season. Love to be able to broadcast these to players not only in Alberta but across the country, and now with the interweb the way it is, we're able to broadcast and see some folks watching us in Europe and all around the world. So thank you. I think when we broadcasted our last singles, last count I had was something like 1,800 viewings of the men's singles from a week ago. So thanks everyone for your support on this, and love to bring it forward, and we appreciate your comments. Jan was jack high in her last bowl, just a little bit on the outside. Grass may be changing here as we're getting a little bit under deeper cloud cover.
Yep.
See if how she adjusts. Keith is pretty happy with this one. Coming in really well. Nice bowl.
Careful that side.
Okay, well, I don't have to.
Well, okay, whatever. Dang it. I mean, get it back if you want. Or
I get
draw
around
this
that
way,
one?
take it back to here.
Okay.
Diane's going to come in on the forehand here. Just getting a little bit of coaching there from Neil, just to make sure that this is the hand she can come in on. She's following this one down.
I'm not supposed to come down, so I guess I could. Can I come down? Alright, inside. I have to
Slides it
talk to
through.
Dave for a second.
So,
Does she go behind it? Can they go inside? I do. Yeah.
so, choice is here
Okay.
or get here. You like
I think somebody else had to move. Jew is back there.
Jan coming in with her third bowl. She's probably sitting 2.
Yep. That hole.
Keith likes this.
Great shot. Right to my foot.
It's going to come just where he wanted it. Foot or so behind the jack.
Come this
My
way
weight
if you
was
really want to.
good, but, huh?
Come this way if you really want to now. But
Okay.
you,
I think I can fit in there.
I'll try this again. Nice. Two ways there.
Gotta get in there for something. Oh, wrong side. Down here.
Jan's got 3 nice bowls sitting in there. Coming over to the microphone here is George Hamilton. George is the president over at Stanley Park Club. George, welcome to the event, and thanks for your umpiring and all that you do. What do you think of the playing that is going on here this weekend? What do you think of the caliber of play?
Oh well, thanks very much, Mike, for putting on this great event again. Yes, the play has been fantastic. The green is in wonderful shape, and the club volunteers are just doing a terrific job of making this event just perfect.
Oh, they do a great job, and all the people working in the kitchen and everything. And so, what's going on at Stanley Park this year? Do you have some new initiatives, some new projects, things that you're working on there at the club?
Well, we are I think if you talked with Pat Voss about. I think all the clubs are involved in upgrading our policies and procedures. Certainly, the emphasis on safe sports is something which is going to be a kind of significant effort for all the clubs, and we've been working on that as well. We are pleased that we did host the provincial fours tournament a few weeks ago. Really enjoyed that. We had a really fun time for our Stampede event. We have an annual Stampede event where we put on a breakfast and invite people from other clubs, and we were really pleased this year to have a terrific contingent of folks from Calgary Lawn and from Bow Valley come and join us and have a fun day of breakfast and bowling.
And there's no better Stampede breakfast out there than the one that you guys serve. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
You're all fantastic hosts, and you know, your club is is great for hosting a lot of the provincial events, and we're always made to feel very welcome when we come out and play at the club, and the greens are running well, and we appreciate your support and everything that you do for the Bulls Alberta events, but also for the different events where we get our members playing across clubs. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and it's nice to see that cross-pollinization going on.
It is. We enjoy that, and I'm pleased that we had a number of our Stanley Park members have been out last weekend to help out volunteering for the singles, which is certainly for the club here hosting it takes a huge number of volunteers, and we're pleased that some of our members came out to help, and a good contingent here volunteering and a few playing in the event. So it is nice to see the interaction between the clubs. I think that's really good for bowling in Calgary.
It's great. And George, we can't thank you enough too when you bring down your camera and take some great photos, which people have been loving seeing on our Facebook page. And you know, you take the time to put some great photos out there for everyone. It's always kind of special when you see your face when you're a competitor, you know, being part of the photos. So that's really nice of you to do that. We really appreciate it.
I enjoy that. Thanks for the comment.
Well, awesome.
And we'll go back to watching the
all right.
bowl.
Sounds great, George.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks. All right, so we're back here with Jan's two bowls still holding shot. Keith's trying to join it. See if he can try to beat that back bowl. Just slides a little bit behind it. May have improved that position of the one bowl for the Douglas pair. Yeah, she's favoring two. Hey Laura Levesque, thank you for the great comment. Great to see you online. Got to say that you and Fred were such great inspirations, I think, for so many of our newer bowlers in our club, and certainly for me too. You know, Laura, this was her first event, and Fred's been shoulder deep in as many events and tournaments that he can get himself into, and has been a great inspiration for so many players. And they got off to a great start on this weekend here, taking their first three matches, got into the semi-final rounds, and you know, battled hard here today, actually going against Neil and Diane Douglas in their last two matches. And you know, you see how far that Neil and Diane have gone. So Laura and Fred, you should be incredibly proud of how you guys played this weekend, and we hope to see you out to even more events. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to get a jack measure here. Dave Cox is hustling out. Peter Mock's going to give him a hand.
How much are they up anyway?
Neil? Neil? You're going too? Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I gotta go bad. Huh? Jan, maybe grab a jacket too.
I have a jacket in my bag ready to go.
Oh, okay. It's just a small jacket.
6 inches short. Well, hi Sharon. Thanks for being online, and thanks for the great comment. Appreciate you guys being online and listening to the commentary. All right, they're going to reload it here. So Roy Riggy has just walked by the mic and has avoided my call in to make some comments about the tournament here this weekend. So next time I'm going to knock him over if he doesn't stop. He doesn't know that yet, but I want to get him over to the mic, get his comments about what he thought about the weekend. So the ladies are just taking a momentary time out here, a little bit of a break. Temperature's starting to cool off a little bit here as a little bit of a cloud is kind of forming, coming out. So for those who are interested in following our club on an ongoing basis, we have a Facebook page. It's Calgary Lawn Bowling Club, and our website is calgarylawnbowlingclub.ca, and our email is calgarylawnbowlingclub@gmail.com. We try to follow as many clubs as we can across Canada and throughout the province and worldwide. There's a lot going on in the game of bowls, and we like being part of it. We've introduced some interesting games. Ultimate Bowls is one that we do Thursday mornings. Based out of New Zealand, that's become a very popular game with the fact that it's a very high-scoring game, very fast-paced game. I think the part that I love about Ultimate Bowls the most is that points are scored by the leads when they play against each other, and points are also scored for touchers. So it always encourages you to make sure that, especially as a lead, that your bowls are at the jack or beyond, and that every bowl counts. And the scoring is quite a bit of fun. Check them out on their website to learn about the scoring and how the game is played. Anyone in Calgary who wants to join us for Ultimate Bowls, we play it Thursday mornings. If you get your name in by 9:30, we'll have you in the draw. We encourage players from all across Calgary to come and join us. All right, the ladies are returning to the rink now, and we're going to do another roll of the jack. Hey Kevin Power, nice to see you online. Didn't get a chance to chat with you much this weekend. Competition with 16 teams was kind of challenging to kind of be able to have a conversation with everyone. Kevin Power and I have played quite a few times together in different events. Always fun to partner with Kevin, he's a good bowler. All right, we're back to play here now. Jan's delivering her first bowl, coming in on the backhand. We'll see if this little break has helped the players or kind of takes a little bit of adjustment. Jan puts her bowl just past the jack and into the ditch. Diane's coming in. She's short, but Neil kind of chuckles at its shot.
Just fell off, Jan, so it wasn't that far off.
Jan's going to play the same shot. She's coming in on the forehand. And just going to take a little bit off the weight, see if she can just find her length here. Bowl's on its way. Oh, she's got a great line to it.
Great line.
Yeah, leaves it about 5 feet short. bowl coming through here. Oh, just misses the jack, finds the ditch. Okay, Jan's next bowl coming in. See if she can adjust on the weight. Everyone's watching a couple of fire trucks kind of driving by through the neighborhood. Back to the play. Jan makes a nice adjustment. 2-3 feet behind the jack. Diane delivers her next bowl. She's calling for the ditch on that one, she thinks. Off it goes. All right, time for the skips. Jan's helping her team by having 2 in the count. Let's see what the skips can, how they'll change this. I believe I mentioned before, but just in case, the winner of this gold medal game, that pair will represent Alberta at the Canadian National Mixed Pairs Championship at the Alberta Lawn Bowling Club in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in September. Keith delivers his bowl. Jan really likes it. It's a great start, right up to the jack. Trails it back towards Jan. Nice bowl. Nice bowl. So those 2 bowls are just about jack high there. Neil's coming in on the forehand. There's a few things to hit up there if he's got the line. Coming in, going to make contact with something, or is it going to find the gap? It's going to wick off of Keith's bowl, cuts it down to 1. Nice bowl. Jan confirms that they're holding 1.
We are about a mat and a half from the ditch.
And a mat and a half from the ditch. Keith's bowl's down. Just a little short. Diane calls it out as 2.5 feet from the ditch. Neil's bowling the second bowl here. Watching the line really close. It's got to turn a little bit more, just a little too heavy. Okay, Keith's coming in with his last bowl here for the end. He's got good line. It's coming in a little short. It's not going to add to the count. Jan's bowl still holding shot. Neil's taking a deep breath here. He wants to get this one in here. There he goes. He's chasing this one down the green. He's hoping it gets by Keith's bowl. Oh, it just made contact. Unlucky. And it's 1 for Keith and Jan. It's going to move our score now to 16-7. after 14 ends for Keith and Jan.
Want to decide? You can decide.
All right, we'll follow Jan's bowl here down the green. Oh my, sorry for the camera work here, guys. Oops.
Nope, I just look it up on one of those boards. Yeah. We can go shopping. No. I'll go practice bowls.
That one's beyond the jack. Just adjust your line and sit right here. Lots of room.
Jan's next bowl coming in, just a little bit behind.
Good one. I take that.
I think it's kind of a measure for shot. Hard to tell right now.
I get a bump here.
Diane's maybe going to promote her own bowl here. Push it in. There it goes. That shot.
That shot's ball. Just a foot off, but you've got this line. Just come again.
Jan can trail the jack here. It can be 3. She's got a good looking line.
Don't like it. Hit it. Come on.
Take it, take it.
All
Oh,
right.
that's okay too. That works just fine.
Double whammy, Jan.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
nice toucher, take shot. Good ball. Diane's bowl comes in just a little strong, goes through the head. Keith's taking a close look here before he heads back to the mat. He's visualizing what he wants to do. Congratulates Jan for her bowls. Neil's encouraging Diane. They're only down by 1 point here, like just on the head. They're just down to 1. He'll try to improve on it as best as he can. Great to see folks online watching us. Shannon Watson, nice to see you online. Charlie Taylor, great to have you. Kathy, nice to have you here. Oh, Keith's first bowl goes a little bit long. Neil's going to get a little bit of encouragement from that one. He's hustling back to the mat here. Neil's bowl is down. Here he comes, coming in on the backhand. taking a pretty narrow line here with some weight. He's going to try to bump that off. It's going to be it's going to hang out there on him.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Jan's assessing things.
Yep. Well, yep.
Keith's bull is down, coming in on the backhand here, just trying to add to the count. Those bulls seem to be kind of hanging out there a little bit more, but he's found a good line, just a little bit long. He's back to the center. I think they're still holding just the one at this point.
Still come in there. Little wiggle on it. Could be good.
He's just adjusting his grip on his bull. Bull's down, on its way. He's watching it intently.
Pretty nice weight, Neil. It's just the line that's changed.
Yeah, the weight's nice. It's just the line is a little off. The line has changed just a little bit, Diane's encouraging. Jan's just coaching Keith that he's about 5 feet behind and just saying there's a big area to land it in here. Just a straight draw, find the weight.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks. Final bowl for Keith is on its way. It's coming up a little bit shy. Yeah. Diane's just double checking and make sure that they hold second. Neil's just trying to confirm which is their second bowl.
I think we got quite a few seconds.
They've got quite a few seconds. She figures. Looks to me that's pretty much the case too. They've got second, third, and fourth in there. Neil's coming in with a little bit of weight on this one. Maybe he's going to try to punch that one of Jan's out of there. He's watching the line. He's hoping. Moves it out. Is it enough? Is it enough?
Should give him one, maybe. Front one or not.
Sure. We're just going to do a quick measure. Looking at it close. So coming back to the microphone with us here is Executive Director of Bulls Alberta, Pat Voss. Welcome back, Pat.
Thank you. I just realized when we spoke earlier that I forgot about some important endeavors that are coming up as the umbrella comes down around us.
Oh.
No, please continue. Yeah,
go ahead.
Next week, Tuesday already, so very shortly, we have a camp, a development camp over at Bow Valley. And I am very pleased to say that we have over 28 people that have already registered for that event.
Fantastic.
The interest is awesome, so that's a great feather in the cap for Coach Derek, that he's doing such a good job and everyone wants that opportunity. And Bow Valley has been very gracious in allowing us to have 2 separate times so that we doesn't have to handle 28 at a time. So one half of the group will come at 4 to 6 and the other half will be 6:30 to 8:30. So
great. Will people who have registered already, will they be sent an email to kind of let them know what time they've been allocated?
Yes. So the people that are going earlier will all be from Bow Valley.
Okay.
So they're going to arrange that themselves. That seemed the easiest way to do it. So that's exciting.
Well, you know, don't tell Derek that he's doing that good of a job, because he's going to start charging us for doing these clinics.
Yes. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that we're pretty excited that shortly after that, right after the long weekend, we're going to be sending 6 of our youth to the Canadian Championships. So we have 2 young gentlemen that are 19 years old that are competing in the U25, and then we have 2 juniors, both within the women's division and 2 juniors in the men's division. And it will be exciting to watch their performances during that. It's during the whole week, full week, right after the long weekend. So.
And where is that being held?
That's being held in Victoria at the Wanda Fuka Club.
Oh, so, lovely club. That's great hosts there.
Yep.
The Alberta BC Challenge was held there last year.
So you were there.
I enjoyed that and loved the hospitality, and what a great place to bowl. That's what a great experience for them.
Yes, and it's great to be able to send 6 again. I mean, that's just been happening in the last couple of years that we can send that many youth.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, we're
great.
excited.
And you know, the support that Bowls Alberta has put into developing junior bowls here in the province, I think, is great. We've been the beneficiaries, I think, of some of the junior bowl sets for our juniors that we've had come out, and I know the kids just love the program when they're here, and the parents are having a great time. And you know, we posted some great pictures of some beautiful bowls here by Diane here on this end, one in front and one behind. And it's neat to see the youth getting involved, and I'm sure there's some initiatives that we can be doing with, you know, the curling groups and the bowling groups and things like that.
Yep,
absolutely,
yep.
and you know, because we're so complementary to the timing of their sport, that you know, an athlete can do both and be very effective competing in both.
Yeah, and we've seen that with curling for sure.
We have, haven't we?
Yep, we've had a few youth come in from curling.
Yep.
To join us in the summertime, and they've really enjoyed it. We have a new one this year, a fellow named Sean from Edmonton, first year.
Great.
Came through the curling group, and we have one that came in last year from the curling group that is returning this year again. So yeah, we're going to continue to build on that. That's exciting.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, some great initiatives coming through, and it's fun to be part of this sport as you know, we continue to find new ways. You know, we've been very proud here at our club as well. We've got the Pride Lawn Bowling League that has started up with us on Tuesdays, and they were running a club at one of the other...
Oh, you got to wait. This is a great bowl coming in here, I think.
Oh, another great one, Jan, coming in just to squeeze in. What a great shot.
Sorry to interfere. That
well,
was
no,
worth
we've picked the best end of the game to be having all this conversation, but everyone's able to watch it. Those are great shots. But we've been so pleased to be able to have the Pride Lawn Bowlers come and join us. They've been operating a league here in Calgary. This is their 16th season, so we're really pleased to have them come and join us. And they're so inclusive to every one of our members. They do a dinner every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. They give lessons to new people at 6:30. And start bowling at 7, and everyone's welcome to come out and play with the group, and it's a great crowd. We have
that's super.
We're very lucky to have that, and would love to see those kind of initiatives and developments right across the country.
At all the clubs, yes.
It'd be great to see.
Awesome.
It'd be great to see. It's another great.
Tight to the line, but look at his. Oh wow.
It's close. What a great head.
He's got 2 more bowls, so he's going to adjust.
Yeah. Keith's hustling back to the head or to the mat here.
This is what, 16 then? 2 more to go?
This is 16. Yeah.
I can't help notice though that there's these smiles, these smirks on some of their faces. So Jan and Keith feel pretty confident they've got this. But it's so great to see that Neil and Diane are just constantly in it. They're not giving up.
Oh yeah.
2 great teams here just battling it out.
Duking it out. It's been a good battle.
Oh, so he's just trying to match in the back. All right. Well done.
Diane's complimenting Neil on the weight. Just needs to try to execute it here. See what he's got. Coming in on the forehand. Getting himself set. Bowls down. He's watching it closely. Checking his line. Oh, it's just a little strong.
Both sides now. He's...
Okay, Keith's got 2 more bowls. Jan just wants him to kind of just draw in. She feels that things are covered behind the jack.
As we watch this one in, I just wanted to conclude by saying thank you so much for doing this live streaming. I think that as a person that watched it last weekend for the singles on the bus, I was traveling from Medicine Hat to Edmonton, and a number of us were watching it. It was great entertainment. We so were thrilled to be able to be a part of that. We almost took our bus and turned it and came here. We wanted to come here and cheer in person, but we thought that would overwhelm the bowlers a little bit. We had 20 one of us on the bus, and we were all a little rowdy, but we just had a great time there. But
Sounds like you had a good time down there, eh?
we did, but I just
Excellent.
wanted, the main point is thank you so much for streaming then and for today again, and hopefully this will become something that you have helped Bowls Alberta see is something we should do regularly for all the championships. So
Yeah,
we can work on that, see what we can do.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that. You know, if we can find the right technology, it would be great to get cameras at both ends rather
Absolutely,
than swinging
yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth. But you know what? This has worked reasonably well, I think.
Yes, I think so, yes.
But
yeah.
you know, we've had, I think we've had over 1,800 viewings of last week's men's finals.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've shared it internationally, and the comments were that they're very appreciative of being able to see bowls in Canada. They're hard to find. So it's been fun to do this, and we appreciate the support. Thank you.
You're very welcome, thank you. And just the same spot, even a little wider than his first one. Their second one there. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Oh.
Well, are we holding one?
Yes.
Let's declare.
Yes.
They're going to declare the 1
Safely
point,
declared.
take the point. Well, Pat, thanks for joining us to the microphone again.
Thank you, Mike.
Great.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah,
for
it's
all
been
your
awesome.
support.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, thanks for joining us. All right, so Jan and Keith are going to declare that bowl, take the 1 point. They're happy with that. That's after 16 ends now. It's going to be 17-8. All right, with 2 ends to go here, Jan's on the mat. She's asking Keith to we want to go for a short jack, she says. Here we go. Jan's first bowl coming in now. Keith likes it. He's trying to encourage it to get a little closer. The line is really good. Yeah, it just swings across center line. Diane delivers her bowl. It's coming in on the forehand. Trying to hold that line. Oh, it just slides through a little bit. Fortunately, they're running out of time. Jan and Keith just need to try to defend their lead here, not give up anything big, just stay in the hunt. Back ball's fine, right on the line.
Yeah, both. Passion.
Diane's bowl's delivered. She's kind of wondering about the line. Neil thinks it's pretty good. It's coming in. Oh, lovely bowl. Draws the jack back. Very nice. Holding the 1 for sure.
You said you were even here's perfect, Jan.
Yeah. Just a draw in for Jan. Nothing fancy here. Just adjust your length. Ball's down on her forehand. Here she comes.
Yeah, that's good.
Line is holding well.
We don't like that.
Yeah. He's got the chalk out. Oh, just slides by.
Nice ball. Good ball, Jan.
Just slides by. Diane's third bowl down now. Coming in on the backhand. He's hoping it hits something, or is it going to go through the gap?
Oh, man.
Finds the gap, pushes through. Well, it's good that it joined those bowls back there.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to try and come.
Keith's job at this point is just to make sure you don't give up anything big here. Just cut him down a little bit, and that's all he's got to do. Keith's ball's down, coming in. It could become shot here. Yeah, just nudges up against that ball. Gets a nice round of applause from the crowd. Good ball. That shot. Neil's kind of concluding that he's got to try to take that red bowl out because just a single isn't going to do it for him, so he's going to have to try something creative here. Gonna try to punch that red one of Keith's out. He's got to be careful that he doesn't remove his bowls at the same time. He's coming in with some weight. Let's see what he's got. Just, oh, he makes the perfect shot. Look at that, eh? Look at that. 1, 2, 3. He called it. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Keith's got to try to counter this, see if he can just get it in the head here. Can afford to give up a couple, that's no worries. Just don't want to give up 5. It's coming in wide and heavy. So this is an opportunity for Neil to put a few points on the board here. Although Keith's got one more try at it. Diane's encouraging Neil to draw into those bowls. It's a little easier. He's going to come in on the backhand. Let's see if he's got his line. He's hoping it slows down a bit. I think he's going to be okay if he makes contact there. Good ball. All right, so Jan's just getting Keith to calm down here. Here's 5 in the count. He just needs to find that weight. Nothing crazy. Just cut him down. He's got a good line. He's got good pace here. He's not going to be short. Slides through. Diane's doing a rough count here. Neil thinks it's 4. Diane confirms. Neil's content to draw in for the 5. Diane's trying to encourage him to take out that red bowl in the back to make it 6. Could be a perfect end here if he can pull his shot off. Here he goes. Bowl is down. He's chasing it down. Here it comes. Does he have the line? She's hoping it just relaxes. Oh, just too hard. It might be in the count, Diane thinks. This could be a big end for them. They needed it. This is the 17th of 18 ends. It's counting 1, 2. Gives up the 3rd. The tape is coming out for the rest. 5. They concede 5. So after that, the score is 17-13, and they're coming home.
Ain't over till it's over.
So coming over to join us on the microphone is Roy Riggy. Come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. That's 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct for Roy for not coming to the microphone. All right, well, we got a very interesting final end coming before us here. What do they say in this game? It's never over till it's over. Diane's got control of the mat. Let's see what kind of length she goes for. Fairly lengthy one.
Nothing in front? Oh, you're back. Pardon? Jack or better?
So Neil just wants to make sure that Diane gets to be Jack or better. He doesn't want anything left in front of that Jack. They need every point they can get on this end. Score right now is 17-13.
I've asked to be this, I used to be behind the Jack.
That should stay on the surface. Jan comes in, plays a pretty important shot to make sure that things don't get out of hand here.
What? You told me the 10 was the line. Not anymore. Yes, it is.
Well, a little bit of miscommunication there with Diane and Neil. It's still going to end up okay. Comes in well.
Yeah. Just have to get anywhere near Jen. A little less than your lap.
Keith's just encouraging Jan just to kind of improve on her last bowl, keep doing what she's doing. This one's got a good line. Does it have the horses? Okay. All right now, Diane's holding 1, trying to add to the count. She's chasing this one down the green, her last bowl of the game. Oh, just a little strong.
Don't worry too much, Jan.
They're building some assets behind the Jack here.
To here. So,
Keith's just reminding Jan she's got lots of
don't
room.
underthrow it. Over is okay.
Jan's last bowl was delivered. That's a good solid shot, especially if it makes contact. Oh, slides through a little bit, but that's okay. Goes to cover some of those back bowls. Neil has to somehow get his 3 bowls to count and not have a single one of Keith's count. They battled hard on that last end to get the 5. They gotta pull another rabbit out of the hat here to get this one. Let's see what Neil's got up his sleeve here. I'm sure he's been in this position many times before. Let's see what he can do. It's going to come in on the forehand. Chasing it down the green. Diane's hoping he's got the length. Get past that one, he says. He does. He sneaks it in there. Now sitting 2. So it's just a straight draw for Keith. Just got to cut him down. Nothing big here. Here he comes. This is looking light. Coming up shorter than Jan's. Okay. I'm sure he'll adjust on that one next time. Neil's back to the mat. Everyone's got the line. It's just coming up at the right weight here. Bowls down. Watching his line closely. Looks to be a little on the heavy side. Ooh. It's going through. Not part of the count. Keith's just got to draw in here. This is the time you got to dig deep. Here it comes. He's got more length on it this time. He's watching it. He's hoping. It's got to get past Jan's. And it does. It's a nice ball. So it looks like Neil might be up by maybe only one right now. He's hoping, trying to visualize how he can get Keith's last bowl out of there. He's hoping to maybe trail the jack back to the left. Trying to get his, yeah. So he's gonna, okay, this is his last bowl. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. He's got to somehow get that last bowl of Keith's evacuated out of there. Or he's going to try to trail the jack back. He's going to go with the forehand here. Ball's down. It may be a little strong for what he had in mind. Oh, good try on it. Good try on it. There we go. Keith's going to roll his last bowl here, I think. He's going to put it right by the jack. There's not much harm here. It's almost impossible for Keith to give up 4 here, so he's going to try to just draw it in.
That's not going to work, Keith. You're happy.
It's a little strong going through the back. That'll be the end of the game here. So they'll give up probably 1 point to Neil. That'll make our final score 17-14. Fine match. And that's going to conclude our coverage here of the 2019 Bulls Alberta Mixed Pair Gold Medal Championship. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.